Morning, Arsene. Could we start with your latest team news, please?
Well, from Tuesday night we have no injuries. We have a bit one uncertainty is about Gabriel, because his case will come forward today. Will he be suspended or not? And so overall, that's all the news we have.
What's the latest on Francis Coquelin?
Francis Coquelin is improving well, but not available for tomorrow. It's too short. He might start to practice tomorrow.
And Leicester, of course, tomorrow. What's the secret been to their success this season?
I believe that they had a very strong finish last year. They finished, I think, with 7 wins in the final part of the season. They scouted very well, and the emergence of players like Mahrez and Vardy, who makes them always dangerous. They brought in Inler, they brought in Kante, and I think they've done a very good job. If you look at Leicester, they made 10 changes on Tuesday night against West Ham, who made only 3, and just had beaten Man City away from home. And they beat West Ham with 10 changes. That shows you now that these clubs and these teams have massive squads.
Of course, under the leadership of Claudio Ranieri now. What are your memories of previous matches against him?
Against Claudio Ranieri, it was always difficult because Claudio Ranieri left here at Chelsea, but I think he built the team who was so successful at the start. And I remember in the invincible year, they finished 2nd in the league with Claudio Ranieri, and they were the team who was upcoming with the young Terry, Lampard, who were the players after who contributed to the success of Chelsea.
Arsene, hello. Given that its red card's been rescinded, would you be hopeful that Gabriel's charge for not leaving the field soon enough might be also rescinded, or at least not acted upon, as it were?
I'm hopeful, but I said on Tuesday night after the game, I will accept the judgment. And if there's no punishment, we are a bit lucky. If there's a punishment, we will have to take it.
Is there a danger of a precedent being set with too much retrospective action being taken after games? I mean, it's an issue that obviously I know Chelsea raised in the light of the Costa incidents.
You want, if you want me to say, ideally you want the right decisions to be taken during the game, because what was decided is, in fact, we should have played 11 against 10, and it was reverse. So we played 10 against 11. So I agree with you. I would prefer the right decision to be taken on the pitch.
Has Mathieu Flamini given you a pleasant selection headache?
Yes, of course. But Mathieu Flamini has been frustrated of not playing enough games, and he has shown what the character and the winner is about. Go on out there and show it in a positive way. Show your frustration in a positive way.
Has that revised your thoughts about what role he may have at the club this season?
No, not really, because I told him at the start of the season, you might not get the games, but if you decide to stay and fight, I'm happy with that. And that's what he decided to do, and he does it in a strong way.
Have you been surprised by the way that Anthony Martial has started so well in terms of scoring goals, with 4 and 4 for Manchester United?
Yes, it's a surprise, because I thought he was. Sometimes the start is difficult, but that means to maintain that will be very difficult for him. So you have to have some understanding as well if he starts to score less, because he put already the expectation level at a very high level. But I'm not surprised that he does well, because he's a very talented player.
His agent was suggesting that maybe you consider him a winger rather than a striker, which is perhaps why you didn't sort of pursue the chance to maybe go for him.
Yes, he was more a winger, yes, in his whole career. And he played the final part of the season last year as a striker. But Monaco's statement was always that 2 players will not move, Martial and Kurzawa. and so I thought they will maintain that, but in the end both of them moved.
Although you made, was it 10 changes from the Premier League side to the Capital One Cup side, how much of a boost does the midweek win at Tottenham give you in terms of your Premier League form now?
It is. It keeps us in all the competitions, you know, and that is absolutely something that is a very positive feeling. And overall, it shows that we have a big squad of a very strong level. And I always consider that because I have confidence in every single player, because I played them. The team who played at Tottenham on Tuesday night played basically at Zagreb the week before. So that shows that I have a great confidence in these players.
This is a fourth consecutive away game. How difficult is it when you have a run of games like this away?
It is difficult, but overall I must say our away record has been great, and so we do not go too much into these games with a feeling we have a handicap, because we have done extremely well away from home.
And just one last one for me, going back to the Claudio Ranieri. It's 11 years since you faced him in the Premier League. I mean, have you followed his career since? Because it's been
of course,
one,
yeah. I followed his career because first of all, I have big respect for Claudio Ranieri, and I think he's a great manager and as well a great man, and I followed him. Yes.
Arsene, would you accept that Alexis Sanchez has made a slow start to the season? And if so, why do you think that is?
I would agree with you, because I think I played him very early before he was completely fit physically. That's one explanation. The second is that every player who has won a big trophy with the national team takes him some while again to settle and to come back to his best. And these are the two main explanations for me. Physically not completely ready, coming out of a big achievement, and that takes time.
Can you give us a little insight into how you monitor players' form? I mean, how much of it is data that you're looking at, and how much are it your own eyes?
Look, I think he had 36 shots on goal since the start of the season, and with his finishing qualities, usually that should allow him 5 to 6 goals, and that means knowing that the finishing is a bit linked with your form and with is a bit cyclic as well. That is where he should be at the moment. So that will come back. I don't worry for Alexis Sanchez, but even when he doesn't score, he's still a major threat for everybody, you know, and I'm confident that he will score very soon.
Any news about Jack Wilshere's operation? Was it successful?
Yes, it was very successful, and touch wood, hope it all goes well now.
Any time scale?
December, Christmas.
And just reading this week about Sir Alex Ferguson, he said that during his entire time at Manchester United, he only managed 4 truly world-class players. In 19 years here, how many world-class players have you managed?
I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, no. I don't want to make a big mistake here, but I had a few. And you know, his criteria, Alex Ferguson's criteria, might not be exactly the same when I have. What is a world-class player? I really don't know.
Well, one last question. Claudio Ranieri said that if Leicester were to keep clean sheets, he was going to reward the team by buying them all pizza. You've had 2 clean sheets in 8 games. What would you do for your players if you got a run of good clean sheets?
Look, I think pizza is not the best way to keep a clean sheet. But what I would like, of course, is us to keep clean sheets, and but not only do that, to score goals. And Ranieri is Italian, you know. They love clean sheets in Italy. They love to defend well, but we would like to defend well against Leicester, but as well to attack well.
Arsene, you said Coquelin might train tomorrow. Presumably there's no suggestion that his injury might be serious, or?
No. Yes, a scan today, but the evolution is quite positive.
And what is it? Is it just a knee, swollen knee?
It's a little bone bruising knee.
And given that, does that make it more likely that Flamini might keep his place in the team?
It is a possibility. I have to see how everybody has recovered, and it will be a late decision for me, certainly tomorrow morning.
Obviously, Gabriel's having his hearing today. Assuming that if he is clear, do you think he'll mentally be in the right place to play after what's happened to him this week?
He will. Mentally, looked at him and I didn't. He was sorry and for what happened, of course, and very disappointed. But he's a fighter, and his attitude in training the whole week was completely focused and motivated.
Because his English wasn't great at the start, is it?
It's still not great.
Does he understand kind of everything that's gone on this week with the FA and?
One of the advantages maybe of not speaking in English is that he doesn't understand too much what's going on.
You're obviously a big supporter of video technology. Does what happened with Gabriel just sort of enhance the case to use it in games for that kind of thing?
Yes, it's the discipline could be in this kind of incidents. Yes, could be a good resource.
And just finally for me, after the game on Wednesday night at White Hart Lane, you might have seen that there were some Arsenal fans tearing down hoardings. I just wanted to get your reaction to that.
Look, we cooperate completely with the authorities to sort that out. We don't want any violence, and I don't know really what happened, but we are at disposal of the authorities to help them to sort it out.
Is that just sort of an ugly excess of the rivalry between the two sides, I guess?
Yes, it's the same when us on the pitch, you know, you want support, but a controlled support, and we want commitment, but a controlled commitment and discipline as a club.
Thank you.
You said Gabriel's a fighter. You need a few more of them in the team. You're glad in a way to see someone sort of reacting that some of the fans felt it showed a lot of sort of heart.
Look, we want to fight, but as just I told you, in a controlled way. I think we have shown what it is about fighting on Wednesday night, because the game was more about commitment than fluency, and commitment and mental resources. That's what we have shown on Wednesday night.
Do you think that performance is what the team needed after the disappointment of Zagreb and Chelsea, to show that they can actually go to this?
Look, it's very difficult because in the two games you talk about, usually the fighting spirit and the mental resources you see away from home. You know, if you look at our results away from home, we are among the best, and I think we have been the best away from home. That shows we have the mental quality. In these two games we played with 10 men under very unfortunate circumstances, and so I wouldn't take that as a reference.
How would you assess Debussy's performances so far this season?
Sorry?
Mathieu Debussy.
I think he has a big fight with Bellerin, and he's coming back slowly to his best. But I believe that he's mentally very strong and very committed, and he will slowly come back and give a hard time to Bellerin.
Do you think the improvement of squads like Leicester has made it harder for you to challenge for the title than you perhaps anticipated at the start of the season?
It has made it harder for everybody. So I believe on that side doesn't change a lot. At the end the best will win, but what it shows, you have every year a surprising team at the start of a season who gets in there with a good start and shows that they are better than people expected them to be. Leicester is the team of the start of the season.
Are there more stronger teams and the standards sort of levelled out a bit?
Yeah, there are more stronger teams, that's for sure. And when I spoke about Leicester making 10 changes and beating West Ham, that sums it up well.
Arsène, est-ce que dans le football, la fin justifie les moyens?
Non. Parce que ça voudrait dire, la beauté du sport, c'est justement de gagner dans le respect des règles. Et si on pouvait faire n'importe quoi, ce n'est plus du sport, c'est de la bagarre de rue. Donc la fin ne justifie jamais les moyens. Et il faut se battre. Je pense que tous les responsables du foot, ou du sport en général, se battent contre cela.
Est-ce que c'est dur, cette posture à tenir dans le football moderne? Et pourquoi?
Parce qu'il n'y a, comme vous le dites, il n'y a que la valorisation du vainqueur, peu importe souvent comment il y est arrivé. Et c'est une posture qui parfois, épisodiquement, peut vous mettre dans une position difficile à tenir. Mais sur l'ensemble, je pense que sur le long terme, c'est important. Et que l'esprit du sport doit toujours gagner au bout du compte.
On reproche parfois à votre équipe de manquer d'un peu de malice ou de vice. Est-ce que vous pensez que vous perdez des points à cause de ça?
Oui, peut-être. Mais je pense que le vice n'est pas forcément une qualité. La malice, oui.
Arsène, vous avez rendu visite à Philippe Saint-André, à l'équipe de France
Oui.
une semaine.
Lundi soir.
Voilà. Quel est votre rapport au rugby? Qu'est-ce que vous appréciez dans ce sport?
Ce que j'apprécie avant tout, c'est je suis un admiratif du sport collectif. Et je trouve que l'essence même du collectif se trouve dans le rugby. Dans la mesure où peut-être le degré de solidarité, c'est là qu'il est le plus fort. En tout cas, sans ce degré de solidarité, vous n'avez aucune chance dans le rugby. Et c'est une qualité que j'admire, à la fois la solidarité et le courage. Le fait que les hommes soient prêts ensemble à aller au combat et à se faire confiance les uns les autres. C'est une qualité extraordinaire que j'admire beaucoup.
Qu'est-ce que vous leur avez dit? Sur quel sujet vous avez échangé avec Philippe?
Un peu sur tout, sur les problèmes du rugby moderne, parce que le rugby suit un peu ce qu'est le football, ou ce qu'a été le football, et puis prend l'évolution que le football professionnel a pris aujourd'hui. C'est-à-dire qu'il évolue de l'amateurisme vers un professionnalisme international, avec les problèmes qui s'y rapportent, c'est-à-dire les moyens financiers mis à la disposition des clubs, les petits tiraillements qu'il peut y avoir dans ces cas-là entre l'intérêt des clubs et l'intérêt des équipes nationales, les différences d'organisation entre les différents pays du rugby. En Nouvelle-Zélande, les joueurs sont affiliés à la fédération. Ici, en Europe ou en France, c'est beaucoup plus le club qui a le pouvoir. Donc tous ces problèmes que lui peut rencontrer, que j'ai connus ou qu'on a connus dans le foot.
Dernière question, y a-t-il un poste où vous auriez aimé jouer au rugby? Si oui, lequel?
J'aurais aimé jouer ailier.
Pour marquer des essais, pour voyer?
Pardon? Pour marquer des essais, pour dribbler, pour changer de direction.
Ok.